Shalom, this is Yahuah Magnified, and I'm back with another informative video. Today's video is titled, Show Cause Order Discharged. But before I tackle this subject, as always, I must state for the record, I'm not a lawyer, I do not practice law, and I do not pretend to. All my videos are for informational and educational purposes only. They're all facts and all truth. Nothing more, nothing less. So with that being said, guys, let's get to it. Oh yeah, but as always, before I proceed forward, I need you all to hit that like button. And also, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And also hit that notification bell, so you all can be notified when I'm dropping these powerful videos. So without further ado, let's get to it, guys. So now, as you all can see on the screen, this is a fact of order coming from the District Court of Appeals, 1st District, coming out of the state of Florida, okay? The order is dated September the 2nd, 2022, which is this month, this year, guys. As always, I crossed the case numbers out. I also crossed the appellant/petitioner's name out, who is my ARC. And I also crossed out the appellee/respondent's names, who is in fact this child's mom. Okay, but it states what? By order of the court. It reads, in consideration of the Lord Tribunal's record on appeal, docketed August 5th, 2022, the show cause order of August 4th, 2022 is hereby discharged, guys. But let's continue. Then it states, I hereby certify that the foregoing is a true copy of the original order served on the attorneys and my ARC, and that's the clerk signature and also the seal of the court, guys. Okay, so now I gotta tell you guys, this is not an easy fight, but this is a fight worth fighting, especially when you all start to apply that pressure. Okay, so now this is basically the forerunner of what we're looking for. Okay, we're waiting for the appeals court to grant his petition that we filed into the appeals court. When we get that, we're going to also post that as well. But I just wanted to show you all that you can also get show cause orders, in fact, discharged, guys. So remember, in my situation, right, I had a show cause order against me, right? I went in there and I won. So when I won, it had, before I went to court, they had that I owed a certain amount of money, right? But when I left the court, the document was blank with the judge's signature on it saying that the case was dismissed. Same thing here, guys. Okay, my ARC, he had a show cause rule that was on August the 4th, 2022. But now, as you all can see, it is hereby discharged. So now, without further ado, let's go to find out exactly what a show cause order is. Let's go there. Okay, so now, since my ARC is in the state of Florida, we're going to pick this up at the FloridaDivorce.com, and we're going to stroll up to where it states, what does it mean to show cause? And it reads, when an order to show cause is issued, the court orders a party to appear before the judge to explain why a specific action should or should not be taken. In other words, the party whom the order is filed against must show cause why the court should not grant the relief sought by the petitioning party. So again, guys, whenever there's an order to show cause, the petitioning party petitions the court because they want some form of relief, right? Right. Okay, cool. So then the person who's the show cause is against, they must prove why the petitioner should not receive what they're requesting in the show cause. And once you prove that, then the court will dismiss or discharge that show cause. If not, then the court will rule whatever the petition is, or the petitioner who petitioned for show cause will be granted. Okay, whatever they ask for, the court will simply grant that. All right. So now let's click on right here where it says order to show cause. Okay, so again, as you all can see, we're coming from Cornell Law School, and it states what, guys? Order to show cause. An order to show cause, OSC, is a court order or the demand of a judge requiring a party to justify or explain why the court should or should not grant a motion or a relief. For example, if a party requests a restraining order from a judge, the judge may need more information. In procedural law, an order to show cause can be understood as providing notice of a legal proceeding to a relevant party, as cited in the case of State versus Miscellaneous Fireworks. So again, guys, that's exactly what the show cause order is, what I just explained prior, okay? So now that we know that what a show cause order is, and we also know that the show cause order was discharged, let's go to the Black Law Dictionary to get the definition of the word discharge. Let's go there. So now, as you all can see on the screen, we are in fact coming from the Black Law Dictionary 4th edition, okay? And it states what? Discharge. Now, let's pick this up at the top, because discharge simply means what, guys? To release, right? But not only that, let's go past the case law, and it states what? Liberate right? We all know what liberate means, but let's continue on past the case law again, where it states what? Unburdened, right? Right there. Then it states what? Disencumbered, right? And it also states what? Dismissed, okay? Like I was telling you guys, when I had a show cause rule against me, it was simply dismissed. It had no amount of money owed or anything else on it. It was assigned by a judge. Same thing in this situation, but let's continue. It states what? Extinguish an obligation, okay? But right after the case law further states, remove from employment, okay? But now let's go to in the law of contracts. Because as I tell you guys, everything in America runs on a continuous series of contracts. Now let's pick it up at the top where it states what? To cancel or unloose the obligation of a contract. To make an agreement or contract null and inoperative. As a noun, the word means the act or instrument by which the binding force of a contract is what, guys? Terminated. Okay, but let's continue. It states, irrespective of whether the contract is carried out to the full extent contemplated, in which case the discharge is the result of the performance, or is broken off before the complete execution. So again, guys, that's what I was telling you all. You know, you all must understand what's going on in this case. But as I stated before, this right here was just the prerequisite, okay? We're going to wait until we really get into this thing, okay, guys? Like I said before, we're starting to proceed forward. We're moving forward, okay? No one else on YouTube is showing you guys this type of information. No one on YouTube is showing you guys live cases as they are happening right at this current moment, okay, guys? Like I showed you all, I already showed you all 3 appeals cases that I'm currently in right now, and we're proceeding forward and we're moving strong in all 3 appeal cases, okay? Like I stated before, the one I showed you guys yesterday, we was in the Supreme Court. This one, we're now in the Appeals Court of Florida, okay? In the District Court. So now, guys, like I tell you all, this is not an easy fight, but it's a fight worth fighting, especially when you all receive that remedy, okay? So now, without further ado, that's what I'm going to do for today. Let's get that right wisdom, this right knowledge, and this right understanding, guys. Cop that merch. And with that being said, I say shalom.